Hello, welcome. This is the Echo Tips episode number 47 of the Echo Tips podcast. It's a pleasure to have you here. Our topic or theme for this episode 47, is going to be TV schedules. How do you find out what's on TV using your Amazon Echo? Did you know you could do that? You can. All right. So we're going to be dealing with that a little bit today. But before we get thick into that and all the little details, the ins and outs of TV schedules with your Amazon Echo, we're going to do a brief little message about our podcast, and then we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by the New Vision program at Goodwill. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission services help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. All right, welcome back. So our episode, as we mentioned, our theme is going to be dealing with TV schedules and what's on TV. Now, if you're new to our podcast, I want to just briefly mention, I'm David Ward. It's a pleasure to have you here. I'm an instructor, an AT instructor with the New Vision program at Goodwill, here based in Southwest Virginia in the Roanoke Valley. So now that I've told you that, and if you've listened before, it's good to have you here too. So TV schedules. This is a feature that's been around for a long time on our Amazon Echoes. I did not cover it in season 1. I rarely kind of even use it at home. I'm kind of that Netflix generation where I just watch TV on demand. I don't really watch TV channels the way I traditionally did as a youngin'. But it is pretty cool, and you might find it pretty handy to watch shows live. That way you can talk about it at work the next day or whatever. All right, but before I demonstrate this, it would be good for us to press that microphone button on your Amazon Echo. We'll do that so that when I give the commands here in the studio, we won't be triggering your Amazon Echo at home. That might be a little confusing. So anyway, if you locate your Echo on the top of the unit, there is a button that has a silhouetted microphone with a slash through it. If you press that, it'll make a thump sound and turn the ring red on the top. That means her ears are shut off, and she won't be responding when I give the commands here. Additionally, if you have an Echo with a screen on the front, and the screen is facing you, on the top left rim, there should be a button on the top left that does the same thing. It's the mute button, and it puts a line across the bottom of the screen that tells you that her ears are shut off. So I'll just give you a moment to do that. Okay. All right. Now that you've done that. Okay. So first off, how do you set these things up? How does it know what kind of TV you listen to? How does it know you're on Dish or DirecTV or on our community Cox or Comcast? How does it know? Well, it doesn't. So you need to set it up. So the first thing you might need to do, and you can either do this on the website or you can do this on your A-Lady app, is open the A-Lady app, or you could go to alexa.amazon.com and log in. And you're going to need to go to settings. So if you're on the app on your smartphone or tablet, you'll tap the menu button in the top left corner, and then you'll go down that listing and tap on settings. And now you're in the settings window. Okay? Now, if you're on the website, you're going to just click settings in the left-hand pane. You'll be at the same place basically now. Okay, and now once you're there, you're going to look down this settings page, and you're going to look for something that says TV schedules. TV schedules. You'll tap on that button for TV schedules. And this will bring up a whole page that's nothing but devoted to TV scheduling. Now you might notice here at the top it has a little information tag. It says, say A-Lady, what's on TV? So that's the command you would later invoke. And it says to hear the upcoming TV schedule for your area. But of course you're going to need to customize and set the provider that you're using. So, and you would hit the button, I think it says TV provider on that page, and then select your provider. So in my my neck of the woods, we have Cox Cable. And so I've set it up with Cox Cable. So you can just say, Alexa, what's on TV?
Here are a few popular things on TV. From 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. new episodes of Couples Court with the Cutlers are on the CW. At 1 p.m. a new episode of Strahan and Sarah is on ABC. At 1 p.m. a new episode of True Crime Files is on the CW. And at 2 p.m. a new episode of Daily Mail TV is on the CW. If you'd like to hear what else is on TV, ask me to tell you more.
Okay, so that gives you a little feedback on how you would go about doing that. And hear what's on TV. All right, so that'll wrap this episode up. In our next episode, we're going to be talking about getting a traffic report using your Amazon Echo. Oh, what's traffic going to be like going to work today? So did you know you can do that with your Amazon Echo? So we'll be talking about that next time in our next episode. Until that time, we've reached that moment again. It's time to turn your microphone back on your Amazon Echo. Start practicing some of the many things that you've learned during these episodes. I'm David Ward for the New Vision program, signing off at Goodwill, and we thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. In conclusion, let me tell you a thing or two. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and it is also made possible in part by a grant from Community Foundation serving Western Virginia. And there's more. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. For more information, check out our website at goodwillvalleys.com/newvision, with no spaces. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission programs help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Thanks for listening.